Thank you, Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, fellow veterans, and especially veterans of the war in Vietnam, it is indeed a tremendous honor for me to deliver this speech dedicated to the memories of the courageous men and women in uniform who have both served and died in the service of our country. Today we are specifically focusing on those that gave their lives during the Vietnam conflict. There are many things I could say today, but because I was only a young child, a middle school student at the time of the Vietnam War, I believe any words I penned myself would ring hollow compared to the words of some whom I know and have learned from while serving in the military, and who I even know personally that served as prisoners of war during Vietnam. And they returned home from that war bearing the physical and emotional scars that many from the Vietnam conflict share. These respected men could not be with us here today, so in honor and with deep respect, I would like to share with you a few of their thoughts. These warriors and Vietnam War prisoners of war have helped shape my life personally, both as a fellow warrior and as a fellow citizen of our great nation, the United States of America. Their memories and thoughts of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice seem to me to bring more honor to our fallen comrades on this hallowed occasion. To begin with, I want to share with you 3 words that all who have served in the military have heard and understand: duty, honor, country. Duty, honor, country. Duty, honor, and country. These 3 hallowed words are the motto of the United States Military Academy. General Douglas MacArthur said that they were words that build character and help us to understand our roles as custodians of our nation's defense. And he was right. Today, on this memorable and prestigious occasion, and in dedication to all those souls that have bravely served and or died for our country, whom gave their very lives fighting for our liberties and freedom, I would like us to remember the 3 words in that motto: duty, honor, country. Today, as part of this service, it is our duty to honor those who died for our country during the Vietnam War. Duty, honor, country. Another great warrior was Admiral Stockdale, who was a prisoner of war in Vietnam for over 8 years. In a 1981 address to the graduating class of John Carroll University, Admiral Stockdale summed up his prisoner of war experience by saying, quote, "From this 8-year experience, I distilled one all-purpose idea. It is a simple idea, an idea that naturally and spontaneously comes to men under pressure. You are your brother's keeper." Unquote. These courageous souls dedicated their lives to being our keepers, your keepers, my keepers. So today it is our duty and honor to our great country to be their keepers and remember their ultimate sacrifice. Another prisoner of war was a man by the name of Lee Ellis. Like Admiral Stockdale, Lee was a resident of the infamous Hanoi Hilton for over 5 years. Many years later, he was my vice commandant at Squadron Officer School. Today, he is a leader, a mentor, and a personal friend who has taught me many things about living a courageous life based on integrity and honor. When I asked Lee what he thought I might say during this occasion, he said this, and I quote, "An important part of our character and our nation's heritage is to appreciate the sacrifices that others have made for us. To appreciate those we lost, we need to reflect on the sacrifice that they have made." Like warriors throughout history, these men and women are listed on these walls, and they sacrificed it all. They gave up the good life we live here today. They gave up seeing their parents grow old and their children grow up. They gave up the legacy they could have lived. So today we want to ensure that their legacy as heroes of Vietnam lives on in honor. They are heroes of our country, and we must ensure that their legacy as defenders of our freedom is not lost in history. We remember them, and we remember their sacrifice and their devotion. The great English writer Tolkien said it so well in the renowned novel Return of the King. There is no freedom without sacrifice. There is no victory without loss. And there is no glory without suffering. We have our freedom because of the sacrifice of these courageous warriors. Their families, and indeed we all, have experienced loss because of their death. And through their suffering, they have brought honor to their families and to our country. They deserve all the glory and honor that we can give them in our remembrances, our love, and our prayers." Unquote. So today it is our duty and honor to these great warriors and to our great country to be their keepers and remember their ultimate sacrifice. As Tabitha Nielsen from West Memphis, Arkansas, a next-generation warrior, a 15-year-old Civil Air Patrol cadet, said after volunteering to help with the different shifts at the Moving Wall, quote, "The most important lesson she learned while serving at the wall was that no matter how long ago the war was then, their memories still need to be honored, for their memories live on. All gave some, but some gave all." Duty, honor, country. Duty, honor, country. Duty, honor, country. Before I close, I want to thank the veterans and the organizations that had the vision, put the plan together, and executed on that plan to make the vision come true to host this memorable and hallowed wall here in Almena in the great state of Wisconsin. Your vigilance watching over those who have gone before us is truly admirable, and we are most grateful. And finally, I would like to quote and echo something similar to what President Ronald Reagan said. But before I go, as have so many others to the wall, my father, a veteran of the Korean and Vietnam Wars, my oldest son, and my first grandson, 4 generations of our family, are here with us today. And I wanted us to leave a note on the wall, and if I may, I'd like to read it to you before doing so. And we will put this note there before we leave. Quote, "Our young friends, yes, young friends, for in our hearts you will always be young, full of the love that is youth, love of life, love of joy, love of country. You fought for our country and for its safety, and for the freedom of others with strength and courage. We love you for that. We honor you. And we have faith that as He does all His sacred children, the Lord will bless you and keep you. The Lord will make His face to shine upon you and give you peace, now and forevermore." Unquote. Remember, duty, honor, country. Thank you all, and God bless.